Hi, welcome to Spotify. Spotify is an audio streaming app focusing on music and podcasts. For this analysis, we will be focusing our eye on Spotify's podcast service in relation to its main competitors. Spotify Podcasts is interwoven with the app itself, which has become a staple of the music streaming industry. Let's talk stats. Spotify's recent venture into the podcast market has been met with mediocre success. We are currently the second largest streaming service in the market, only rival to Apple, holding 9% of market share. Though it's important to be wary of the very present Apple ecosystem as our main external threat, Spotify's strengths are what ultimately balance out Apple's gigantic hold of the market. Spotify's podcast department has been praised and has been making key strides in celebrity partnerships, capital investment, and also clean UX experience. I ask myself this every day, but what does Apple have that I don't, Jennifer? But what about opportunities? On the listening side, we are seeing a stark increase for demand in podcasts and long-form content in general, the majority of our listeners being millennial and below. Man, do I love young people. An opportunity that Spotify can capitalize on. A weakness that could end up hindering this opportunity is that Spotify currently has a very harsh barrier to entry for independent creators, something that competitors such as YouTube and SoundCloud do not have. Here's a summary of the current internal and external environments facing Spotify podcasts. So, we've determined our strengths and weaknesses, and our opportunities and our threats. What does that mean for our company? What are we going to do now? Well, to answer that, I'd like you to meet my friend, Kevin. This is Kevin. Kevin is a young, energetic entrepreneur. Well, kind of. Because of Kevin's current employment status, he can't actually afford Spotify, so he freeloads off of his mom's account.
Mom, what's the Spotify password? I got kicked out again, damn.
This isn't to say that he is poor though. Kevin made thousands of dollars in the last 6 months with his dropshipping business. Or that's at least what he likes to put in his Instagram bio. He is a stark proponent of self-improvement and hashtag rise and grind culture, and will purchase anything that has to do with knowledge and productivity, as long as it doesn't actually involve being productive. We have chosen Kevin as our target segment because of his profitability and reachability. Our positioning statement is, for the young, energetic, and curious knowledge seeker that is inspired by new discoveries, Spotify Podcasts is the online streaming service that provides a range of diverse genres of topics to encourage a sense of spontaneity and adventure that ties together audio and lifestyle. Spotify's current product is its content. The countless hours of audio that users can get lost in are the reason they pay for the service. Spotify operates on a freemium business model. On the free model, content is limited to shuffle play and a set number of skips per day. After a few songs, the user gets an advertisement. It's sort of like if we were midway through the presentation and I was
Try a Wendy's Baconator, now with 6...
Yeah, we're gonna have to change that. Spotify's goal of delivering a quality audio listening experience is in direct conflict with users receiving ads that interrupt the flow of their experience. But in reality, this might be intentional design. Spotify's freemium conversion rate is an industry-shattering 46%. We'll touch more on this in our recommendations. For place, let's revisit our good friend Kevin. Kevin is a young, internet-crazy millennial, meaning he is quite literally always online, which is exactly why Spotify is online. This fits Kevin's lifestyle perfectly. Being online lets Spotify reach its most dedicated market and make sure it's always in the right place. As for promotion, Spotify targets its ads through social media and various features such as Spotify's exclusive Wrapped playlist, which lets users brag about what podcasts they've listened to the most this year. It also increases its brand presence through celebrity partnerships and exclusivity deals. Additionally, Spotify can be seen throughout major cities on billboards and screens, showcasing artists and Spotify's iconic brand to young hustling millennials throughout the day. This use of promotion and place work perfectly for our target segment. Spotify is always where the action is, just like Kevin. So, we've determined Spotify's current marketing mix, and to be honest, it is already in a very strong place. Therefore, we have based our recommendations around improving and tweaking the 4 Ps we just mentioned to better fit what Kevin would want. Firstly, Because of the online nature of the service, we think that Spotify's current place aspect of the marketing mix is perfect for this target segment. Therefore, we won't be touching it as much. On the price side, the freemium model seems to be working, but we don't have data on whether or not the 46% conversion rate mentioned earlier is due to other factors. It should also be mentioned that some critics find Spotify's freemium model as a key business weakness in terms of getting premium subscribers. Apple Music, on the other hand, works on a free trial model where users get full access for a set amount of time before being asked to pay. They currently hold a conversion rate of 48% from this system. Therefore, we recommend Spotify to start phasing out the freemium model and push towards time trials, but with a twist. On the promotion side, we recommend Spotify to partner with bookstores and gyms to bundle 1-month free trials of Spotify Premium alongside books and gym memberships. For example, when a customer goes to buy a book about managing their time, they'll receive a code next to a recommended podcast about the same topic, where they can expand their learning. Lastly, as for product, Kevin's favorite celebrities talk a lot about the benefit of reading books, so we recommend Spotify to develop its podcast experience beyond its original scope into something more like Spotify Podcasts plus ebooks. Spotify already deliver an industry-leading experience in terms of podcasts with predictive playlists and recommendations. If this were to carry over to the ebook sector, Spotify could offer a long-form content experience that no other major streaming service does. So to conclude, Spotify will not only be directly targeting Kevin through its bookstore and gym partnerships, it'll also use pull marketing to lure Kevin in through providing a completely unique podcast plus ebook listening experience, all online and at any time.